Spend day 2 of my solo holiday with me. Welcome to day 13 of Vlogoween, where I am posting regular vlogs in the lead up to Halloween. Think Vlogmas, but Halloween edition. Also, hello, if you don't know me, my name is Rajan, aka Not Half Bad Crochet, and if you want to catch any of my future Vlogoween vlogs, then be sure to subscribe to my channel, give this video a like, and leave me a comment to let me know what you think. I also have a playlist with all of my previous vlogs in case you want to check out all of the earlier ones. Okay, so we're gonna go back in time to the start of my day, and then I will catch up with you shortly. Good morning. I woke up like 10 minutes ago. It is day 2 of my solo holiday. I'm about to go down for breakfast. Oh, excuse me. I think I slept okay. I think I've been bitten. I'm pretty sure I've been bitten somewhere. Because I've got like, kind of feels really itchy here, and I think it's like one up here as well, but it's like, in the middle of the night, it kind of like woke me up, and then I was like feeling around, and I swear I could feel a bump, and then I swear I could feel another bump here. Oh no, I have been bitten. There is definitely one here. But I then got really paranoid that there was like a biting bug in my room. So then every little thing that like I could feel, so like a little bit of my hair or like touching my face, or a little bit of the duvet touching me, I was like, ah, bug. I like slept okay once I was asleep, but I think it took me a little while to actually fall asleep. Last night I did some crocheting and I watched My Melody and Kuromi. I love it. I think it's such a fun show. I basically only got the finale left. There's only 12 episodes and they were all really short, and I'm watching it in English dub, and there's a few characters who was like, why do I recognize their voices? So if you also watch it in English dub and you also watch English dub anime, particularly Demon Slayer, so Pistachio is Tokito, the same voice, and one of like Kuromi's sidekicks, I can't remember which one, is Tanjiro, that is his voice. So I was like, why do I recognize this? I was like, I recognized Tanjiro's immediately, and then Pistachio's, I was like, why do I feel this is really familiar? Anyway, so yeah, I only have the finale left. I'm trying to decide like excuse me, I'm trying to decide what to do today, because today is going to be really hot. It's going to be about 32, 33, and I was thinking of going to the beach today and exploring like the town, but I'm thinking if it's going to be hotter, I'm probably going to be less comfortable like at the beach. So what I'm thinking is, because I basically want to have a beach day, I want to have a pool day, and I was going to have the pool day tomorrow. So what I'm thinking is have a pool day today, and then at least I'm like near the comfort of like my room and in the hotel. So like if I do get really hot and I get like bothered and overstimulated, I can like come back to the hotel room for like some reprieve and then go back out again, sort of thing. But obviously if I'm at the beach, it's a bit harder for me to kind of like leave and come back, sort of thing. And then tomorrow is going to be like 28, and it's going to be a tiny bit cloudier as well. Not like cloudy, but like cloudier. So I'm thinking I'll probably be more comfortable at the beach when it's a tiny bit cooler. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I don't think I'm gonna like queue for the pool. I think like after breakfast I might just do a little tidy, because I've just left all of my shit everywhere, and like I've just been chucking stuff in my suitcase and it's not organized at all. So yeah, I might do a little tidy and then maybe do a bit of editing, and then go down to the pool, because I honestly, like, I was kind of like making myself feel bad for like not exploring more and la la la, and it's like, this is my fucking holiday. Like, I can literally do what I want. Oh my god, the evening entertainment went on for so long last night. I think the same amount as like my first night here. So I think it finished at like 11, half 11, which I do think is quite late to be like, you know, to be so loud for the whole hotel. I was a bit like, okay. But also what I've been noticing is that, because there's a balcony here, and obviously you can smoke out there, is that it fucking stinks of cigarette smoke. And like, no shade to you if you do smoke, but I don't like, who likes the smell, you know? But the smell is so strong, and these doors are not like smell proof at all. So, and my bed is like right next to the thing, so even when I was crocheting and I was doing editing and stuff, I was like, it fucking stinks. And because obviously like there are people probably above me, there are people below me, and then the other building of hotel rooms is like really close. So I feel like even if somebody was smoking like in the near vicinity, I'd still be able to smell it. So it was kind of annoying, because it was just like a really constant smell, and I kind of like almost got used to it, and I was like, this is horrible. All of that to say, I slept okay and I'm gonna go to breakfast now. I think I'm gonna take my Kindle and do a bit of reading as well. I don't think I'm not particularly hungry actually. I think I had like a good amount of food for dinner last night, so I might see if they've got like some fruit and stuff. Hopefully they've got something other than fucking melon, because I like watermelon, but I don't like cantaloupe. And also when they had sliced pineapple, but they didn't core it, and it's also not peeled, and I was like, I don't like this. I don't want to have to work for my fruit, you know, like peeling an orange is hard enough. That was a joke, by the way. I'm an adult, I can peel an orange, but I am very lazy. Anyway, I'm gonna go for breakfast and I will catch up with you soon. Hi, I'm back. So I went to go get breakfast. I didn't have anything crazy. I just had some scrambled eggs and bacon, and then they had watermelon as well, which looked like it was not gonna be nice, but it's actually really nice and sweet, so amazing. I then came back to my room and I just laid down on the bed and doom scrolled for like 45 minutes. Housekeepers are outside and then they knocked on the door and I was like, you can just not come today. They do come. Oh, I thought I had something on my chest, but it's something on my screen. But they do come every day. They like make the beds, replace any towels. You can also get your bedding changed as well if you want to, which I think is really good in terms of like room, what do they call it? Turn down service. I think that's a very American thing, but I've heard people say turn down service, but we just call it housekeeping. But yes, I've been debating what I want to do. I low-key can't be bothered to like tidy up or anything, so I kind of like, also I realized that I have been going like the long way to get to the pool area. So I've been going to, because the layout of this hotel is just so odd to me. So to get to my room and to like my block of rooms, or like this building, because there's like different buildings sort of thing, if that makes sense, with like different rooms. So I have to go, so obviously ground floor is 0, and that's where reception is. It's also where the restaurant is for like lunch and dinner and breakfast and stuff. And then I have to go downstairs to like -1, and then that's where I can get my lift to like the elevator to here to my room, which is kind of like weird anyway, I think. And then I have been basically going to get to the pool area, going to like 0. So obviously getting the lift from here to -1, going up a flight of stairs to 0, and then walking around to get to the pool area. But if I just go to level 1, it leads you right onto where the pools are. So I'm kind of like, how? Because when you go out on, oh no, when you do go out on level 0, the same level as like reception in the restaurant, you have to go down some stairs. No, up some stairs. Up some stairs or down some stairs? I think up some stairs. Anyway, I figured out I've been going the long way around, so there's that, but it's fine. I did have a little inspect and it was like just after 10 and like so many sunbeds were taken. So I don't know if I'll even be able to get a little sunbed near the pool today, because yesterday obviously I came to the pool at like 3 o'clock, so 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock, whatever. So it was a little bit later in the day and I think a lot of people had left. So hopefully there's still some space, because there are loads of sunbeds that aren't near the pool, but I like to get in the pool, so I kind of want to be at a sunbed near the pool. But there are 2 pools, so hopefully like one of them, I only need 1 sunbed, so it's not like I'm taking up a lot of room. So yes, I'm thinking I'm gonna get my bikini on and get a little bag ready with water. Need to make sure I drink lots of water. I did have like 2 massive glasses of water at breakfast, so and I now have those big bowls. So yeah, I'm gonna drink some water, take some water, get dressed, and just get a little bag of entertainment. I've got my Kindle charging so I can read my Kindle. I'm not sure what bikini to wear, because when I wore my pink gingham one and I very like minimally caught the sun, and it's so funny because I obviously didn't rotate because I was only there for like an hour and a half. I was looking in the mirror and you can see the color difference from like the front and the back of me, so I need to remember to like rotate like a rotisserie chicken. But yeah, I caught the sun the tiniest bit, and like I have some bikinis that have like thicker straps and stuff, and the one I was wearing yesterday has like underwire, and I don't wear bras. Like I wear like a bra top, like, you know, like these kind of things, and I haven't worn an actual bra in like 10 years, probably even a little bit, maybe like 9 years. So it was really uncomfortable, like it really kind of hurt my tits after a while. So I'm thinking just wearing something quite comfortable. I have like a couple of bikinis that are almost like sports bra-y. I do have one, excuse me, I do have a couple of bikini tops which are really thin and they're not wired, and they also don't have like a clasp at the back, because I also find the clasp at the back really uncomfortable, but I haven't worn them in like 5 years, so I don't know if they still fit me. So and they were like, my boobs are like spilling out when I used to wear them, so I'm gonna give that one a try, and then if not, I have other options. So yeah, I'm gonna get ready and I'm gonna go down to the pool. I don't know if I'll bring you with me because I don't know if I want to bring like my whole camera, but and also like what can I film at the pool? So there's gonna be kids there, there's gonna be people in swimming costumes. I won't want to be filmed. Anyway, I will check back in with you shortly. And now I'm dressed. I am having a pool day today. So I've gotten ready. I'm gonna bring my SPF, face SPF, my Kindle, my towel. I'll bring my earphones. I've got sunglasses and a hat, my inhaler, my phone. But this is what I'm wearing, just these little pink shorts to go over my bikini bottoms, and then this cute little bikini top. This bikini top I've had for like 500 years. I think I got it from ASOS in like a 2-pack, and yes, the titties are tittying, which I don't really mind. I just have to kind of be on areola watch because my areolas will come out before my nipples do, so there's that. But yeah, this is what I'm wearing. I'm just wearing my Crocs, sandal Crocs, to go down to the pool. I'm really hoping that there are some loungers near the pool area because the day is obviously really hot. It's also Friday today, so I feel like today's kind of going to be a bit busier because a lot of people are going to be going home tomorrow. So let's go find out. Let's go hang out. Hello. I'm back in the hotel room now. I spent a long time by the pool. Is this lighting okay? I opened the curtain. It's now 5:02 p.m. so I got back into the room probably like 4:30. I've showered, I've put my jammies on. I've been bitten on my leg. What's going on? I really very rarely get bitten, but when I do, they always seem to be my tattoos, which is really annoying. Yeah, I had a really nice time by the pool. I spent several hours there. So there are 2 pools at this hotel. Yesterday I was at like the larger pool, which is a bit deeper, and it has more sunbeds, but they also play really loud music there, and I think it's like near where they do some like kids entertainment like throughout the day. Like when I was there yesterday, there wasn't any. And then there's another pool which is smaller and a bit shallower, and it's got less sunbeds obviously, but when I went to the bigger pool they were playing music really loud and there was also no sunbed, so I was like, let me try the other one. Very glad I did, because the kids who were there were kind of like a little bit younger, I think obviously because the pool was shallower, so they weren't as like loud, you know, which was great for me. And I got a sunbed like right near the doorway of the swimming pool. But yeah, I had a really nice time. I literally just lied there and read my book. I read so many issues of The Walking Dead. I'm on the bit where they're at Alexandria and they have just, like, Jesus has arrived. That's such a strange sentence if you don't know the context, but Jesus has arrived. They've gone to Hilltop. They have learnt about Negan. So very scared for what is coming. If you know what is coming, it's probably my least favorite part of the thing, but obviously it's a great part of the thing, of the show and the comic and blah blah blah. Anyway, yes, I read so much. I also listened to my music whilst I was reading because it did get quite loud quite a lot. Got like the tiniest tan. I don't think you can really tell, but yeah, tiny little tan. I feel like my shoulders and my arms got nice and bronzed. My legs are nice and bronzed. I do need to moisturize actually, but I'm showered and I'm clean. I didn't get my hair wet, so I didn't bother washing my hair. But there was one kid, right? And listen, I don't want to call a child an asshole. When I say child, I don't mean like a toddler. I mean a child who is old enough to know better. Probably around 12. Anything between 10 to 12. Listen, yeah, you can judge me all you want, but let me just tell you, all right? So when I was there, obviously there's bare kids, right? There's loads of kids ranging from toddlers, literal toddlers who are with their parents to like maybe about 14, 15. Everyone's playing. Some people have got balls, some people have got floaties, some people are with their parents, some people with like presumably their family, their siblings. Everyone's having a good time. Everyone's laughing, people are screaming and shouting, and people are jumping in the pool. Great, cool, totally fine. But he's like getting in other kids' faces. Like, you know, obviously when you're on a donut, when you're swimming, you're jumping in the pool, you like use your brain. Even as a child, use your brain. You don't jump in where other people are. Like, don't fucking try and drown people. But as he's swimming, he's like getting up into people's faces. And I initially presumed, oh, you're like together, you're siblings, cousins, whatever. No, these people did not know this child. And he's like this far away from them, you know, and the other kids are like, what the hell, go away, sort of thing. Like, why are you getting really close to me? Like, they're either in the pool or they're on a floaty, which was odd anyway. And as he's doing this repeatedly to several children, he's like splashing really aggressively, and he's not splashing to like splash in their faces. It's almost like he just doesn't fucking see them. Repeatedly was doing this throughout the course of the few hours that I was there at the beginning of the day, he was pissing people off, like to the point where children were getting up and leaving the pool. There was one kid he made cry, like, and this kid was very young, probably about 6 or 7, made him cry, and his mum's holding him and she's like, it's okay, he's gone sort of thing. And then he's shouting and screaming about how disgusting this pool is. And he's like, this pool is disgusting. This is awful. I want to leave. Everything is awful. And he's intermittently screaming and shouting about how shit this pool is, how awful everything is. But then he's coming back every 5 seconds. So kind of throughout the day, I have taken several dips into the pool. There's like stairs to get in. So I'm like either sat on the stairs just to cool myself off, or I'm like wading in and just like, you know, just I'm not in the way of anyone, and neither are the kids in the way of me. But I'm just like, you know, just soaking, I'm dunking myself in because it's fucking hot. So there was one time where I'm like around the edge of the pool, away from loads of people jumping in, blah blah blah. I was sat on the, stood like on the edge of the pool, had my back to the wall of the pool, and I had my arms up on the side. It's like a little shower, rinse off shower thing behind me. I can see the kid is there, so I'm like, okay, pay him no mind. And then I feel a foot on my head, and I was like, obviously I was startled because I didn't even really, like, I had my eyes closed, I was chilling. So I was just like, oh, and then moved away, turned around, saw him, and I can see his foot, like, you know, out. And I was like, okay. So I moved away from the edge and was like, let's not do that. So I move away from the edge, I'm kind of more in the middle of the pool, and then he cannonballs in directly in front of me, obviously splashes me, which is like really fucking annoying, but like, all right, fine, I'm not gonna die from the water, but like, yeah, really annoying. And then he grabs onto me. Bear in mind, you saw the bikini I was wearing. I'm wearing barely anything. Grabs onto me. He's pulling my strap down. So I'm like trying to hold my strap up so he doesn't fucking flash me. He's literally clinging onto me, pulling my strap down, clinging onto my bikini bottoms, pulling me. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you know when you're just like, what is actually happening? What is actually happening? Obviously there are everyone else who is not related to this child is seeing this happen, knows I'm there on my own because I've been there for several hours already. And even the other people who were like on the sunbeds next to me were kind of like, are you alright? And I was like, yeah, that was fucking weird, right? And they were like, yeah. I was like, okay, good. Yeah, anyway, so he's pulling my thing down. I'm like peeling him off me because he has a vice grip on my body, on my straps, on my pants, on my arm. And I'm like literally unfurling his fingers like to get him off of me, and like get him off of me. And then because I'm like he has a life vest thing, you know, like those little mini life vest things that kids have. He has one of those on, and so I was like, can you stop? And I'm trying not to cuss this child out in front of everyone, but I was like very much on the verge of booting this child off of me and telling him to fuck off. I literally was trying to be nice. I was like, don't cling to me. I was like, don't pull me. And I was like, don't do that. I was like, can you get off of me? And then he was like, ha 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 ha, like laughing the whole time, thinks it's hilarious. And I was like, don't pull me. I'm literally trying to keep my fucking bikini on me. I'm unclenching himself. And then I was like, can you stand? And I was like, yeah, you've got a fucking floaty on. And I was just like, all right, I'm just gonna abandon you, because at this point I was like, I need to get out, and I don't want to be here anymore, and I don't want to be responsible for my actions. So yeah, peeled him off of me, dumped it, and then I was just like, okay, can you stand? Thinking, oh, I'll pull you into shallower water because you will literally not let go of me. As I'm pulling him, he's like laughing, he's like, no, and I'm like, and I was like, this isn't a game. I was like, you need to get off me. And then I eventually literally have to peel him off of my skin, and then I drop his hand, and then I just walk out of the pool. His nan or mom or whoever, his family member, comes over, doesn't acknowledge me, doesn't say anything. She kind of just looks at me. I was like, an apology would have been great. And then she's shouting at him to be like, personal space, remember personal space. But I was like, what the fuck? I have literally never experienced something like that in my life. I low-key, and look, I'm not like trying to diagnose people, and I'm not like a medical professional, but as an autistic person, I was like, I low-key think you're autistic. That's cool, that's fine, but you don't, that's not an excuse to be an asshole. Sorry. And his parents, family, whoever, were not involved in him in the pool as much as they should have been if they know that that is what he's like. Sorry, I'm just gonna say it. I don't actually give a fuck. Judge me if you want to, but that is how I feel. Do not be touching up on strangers. Do not be screaming and splashing and yelling in other kids' faces enough to make them cry. If you know that your child is like that, you keep your beady fucking eyes on them. You are in the pool with them all the time, or you don't do stuff like this with them. That's just my opinion. I'm not a parent. I don't plan to be. If anything, this holiday has absolutely confirmed that I do not want children, because there is no part of any of the parents that I've seen here where I'm like, yeah, I want to have this kind of holiday. No. I don't want that life for myself. Odd experience, kind of fucked me off midway through the day, but ultimately I will survive. Yeah, I just stayed at the pool for a little bit longer. I read more of my book, I listened to my music. I was gonna listen to some of my audiobook, but the copy that I have is quite quiet, so I couldn't really hear much of it. I drank so much water as well, and now I've got my cold bottle of water from the fridge. But honestly, I had a really nice chilled day. I'm glad I did it. I feel very like, I wouldn't say refreshed, but I feel very relaxed, I think. I think I am gonna just give the room a little tidy up. I also didn't have lunch again today, but I wasn't very hungry, because I was like, oh, there's a bar that does like, you know, like poolside snacks and stuff. But yeah, I wasn't particularly hungry. I feel like being in the sun, I don't usually get very hungry. I have had some of my snacks, my corn nut snacks, and then my weird polystyrene crisps. They're not weird, it's just different. I've had some of those, so I'm not feeling hungry right now. Dinner isn't for like a good couple hours. It's 5:15 now, and then dinner's at 7:30. So I'll probably do a little bit of tidying, do a little bit of editing, maybe upload all of this footage as well, so it's all organized and stuff. I think tomorrow I am gonna go to the beach, and I'll probably like explore a little bit of the area first, and then maybe get myself like some snacks, some like bits that I can have like for lunch kind of thing, and then I will park myself on the beach for like as much time as I want. I honestly feel kind of weird like not doing anything, but like in a nice way, you know. I feel like by coming here and like doing some editing and doing a bit of crocheting and stuff, like I don't feel like I'm just bumming around, you know, so it feels quite nice. But yeah, I've had a good day. I'm looking forward to dinner. I'm not like crazy hungry right now, but like I know I will be in a few hours. But yeah, I will check back in with you guys shortly. Hello, I'm back from dinner. I felt like I ate really fast. It was just really fucking overwhelming there. Like it was really busy. I went probably about 7:45, 7:50, so like 15 minutes after like dinner had started. It was already really packed, and like stupidly the table that I chose was where everyone was like walking past to get to their other tables at the back, so everyone was just like bumping my chair and like just like, you know, when you have like people walking right behind you, I really don't like that. I don't know why, but I'm like constantly on edge if people are like constantly walking behind me or like stood up when I'm sat down sort of thing. The food was very mid today, I can't lie. It was an American theme, so they had hot dogs, they had beef burgers. I don't eat beef. They had pizza and chicken nuggets and hash browns, which I feel like is really weird. They also had like ribs, but they weren't really ribs, and they were apparently barbecue flavored. I just find that the seasoning and the flavors that they use are just like, it's like a whisper of a flavor. It's like the flavor was in another room sort of thing. It's like it's so close to having seasoning and flavor, but it's just not quite there. Like the barbecue ribs, like they had something, but it was so mild. It's like everything is really watered down, I'm finding. Like, yeah, today's dinner wasn't great. Obviously I did eat. Luckily they've got like a salad bar, which I've been kind of getting every evening, not only to obviously make sure I'm eating vegetables, but because if the other food is a bit shit, then at least I can actually eat something, because I know that I'm gonna be fine just eating a bunch of lettuce and onions and sweet corn and, I mean, salad. I will be okay eating that. I also, because it was so busy as well, people don't look where they're walking, and I find that really annoying. I feel like there is an epidemic with the lack of spatial awareness and the lack of awareness of like your surroundings. Don't know if that's something that other people are also noticing, but particularly on this holiday, it's like other people are the only people in the universe. They don't see anyone else. And I don't know, obviously, if it's like because I'm brown, you know, and if you are also a person of color, you have probably experienced this, where people will act as if you're invisible and they will walk into you, they will get in your way, they will push in front of you if you're in a queue, you know. And please, if you are not a person of color, please do not hit me with the that doesn't happen, because it absolutely does happen. It's absolutely a thing. Okay, let me just preface this sentence by saying that. So I don't know if that's what's currently happening or if it's just because people are just fucking socially inept. And so I was like, I just want to eat my shit and go. The desserts were also a bit shit. They had these like little chocolate donuts which were fine, and then I got what I thought was a little square of carrot cake, and again it was like eating air. It's so strange. I really don't know how to describe it. And I feel like if you've ever gone on like a kind of like all-inclusive or like a half-board holiday and you've had the food and the dinners, or the dessert, sorry, at like the dinners that they provide, I feel like you'll probably know what I mean. But it's just like, it's just such a strange lack of flavor, because I'm like, what are we making here, you know? And I'm like, are these pre-done cakes, pre-done desserts, and you're just supplying them? Or is somebody out there making this from scratch and they like forgot to put the stuff in it, they forgot to put the sugar? Like with this carrot cake, which I can only presume is a carrot cake, did you forget to put the cinnamon in there? You know, it's like, I don't know. I'm feeling a type of way about the food. Okay, clearly I ate. That is the most important thing. I drank lots of water. Oh my god, I was reading some of my book as well. It's gotten to a really good bit. So interesting seeing the things that unfold, because sometimes it's like the same things will happen but it's happening to different characters. So there's a part in the show where a character gets shot by an arrow, and in the comics it's a different person, and I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, I did a little tidy of everything. I feel a lot better, because I literally messaged my partner and he was like, what are you up to? I was like, I'm just doing a tidy. And he was, because I was like, I've spread out loads, and he was like, yes, you are like water. And I was like, oh, I actually am like water, where I do really spread out. I really just fill any space that I'm in, and I think that's okay. I think that's absolutely acceptable. And I was doing some editing. I'm actually editing one of my crochet day vlogs, because one of my crochet day vlogs went live on YouTube today, because I post every Friday usually. So I was editing another one that I can schedule for next week. I'm just doing my like final watch through, so I reckon I'll probably finish that like within the next half an hour, and then I can export it, and then I can do some crocheting. So with my Clown College sweater that I'm working on, which is a pattern by Aidan Wells Crochet, I don't know if I've even mentioned this, but it's a pattern by Aidan Wells Crochet, and I'm doing a pattern test for her, which is really fun and really exciting. I've never participated in a pattern test before. Usually I'm on the other side, because obviously I'm designing patterns and then getting people to test them, so it feels quite nice to be a tester. But yeah, the sweater is going really well. I've done the front panel already. I've done, like, I was crocheting the sleeves on the plane, and I crocheted like a bit of the sleeve another time when I was on a train journey, and now I'm just finishing up with the back panel, which is like the smiley face of the clown. I've not got much left of it. I reckon I'll probably finish it by this evening, and then I can finish the sleeves, and then maybe I'll be able to finish it by the end of this holiday. No, that's way too optimistic. I think I'll be close to finishing it. I reckon I could like, oh my god, it scared me. The little dangly bits from my shorts just tickled my thigh and I got really scared. But yeah, so I made quite a considerable dent in it last night when I was watching My Melody and Kuromi. I've only got one episode of that show left. I love it. I think it's so cute. It's so fun. It's so cute. The animation is just beautiful. I am such a slut for stop motion animation. I think it's such a beautiful art form. I really want to see like a behind the scenes or like a making of like documentary or something of this show, because I love seeing it. I love seeing like the models and how they put it together and them, you know, doing the scenes and stuff. I love it. I think it's so interesting. What was I talking about? Yes, the sweater. So I have nearly finished with the second panel, like body panel, and then yeah, I'll get onto assembling, and then I can like finish off the sleeves and stuff. I might even be able to make a start on it tonight if I stop talking. I'm quite full. I feel like I ate really fast because I was just really like, get me out of here sort of thing, because it was just so fucking busy. Oh, I'm gonna put a face mask on, because when I showered I did all of my nighttime skincare, so then I can put a sheet mask on. So let's see what we've got on the cards today. I think I might do, so we've got hyaluronic acid and we have collagen, and I did the other collagen one yesterday. So I'm thinking if I do hyaluronic acid today, then tomorrow after the beach I can do the collagen one. So I'm probably going to do that, just so I'm not doing collagen 2 days in a row. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but you know, I had to spice it up a little bit. I'm having a good time. I was like, am I enjoying myself? I actually am. I think other than like, it's so annoying because I get really annoyed by other people. And not annoyed, okay, I get very overstimulated by other people. And I think today, especially, the annoying kid grabbing me, that made me feel a type of way. I don't like being touched by strangers and people I don't know. So the fact that he was like, you know, very intimately grabbing onto me, I felt like that made me very uncomfortable. And it kind of like, not only pissed me off, but like just it's made me very overstimulated, and I think that's kind of like just carried out throughout the rest of the evening and the day. But yeah, so I think like being quite overstimulated at the pool, dinner just now was very overstimulating. I feel like I'm just a bit, what's the word, activated. I'm feeling a bit activated, you know, so I think I'm going to just try and like chillax a little bit. I think just finishing off this video and doing some crocheting, putting my sheet mask on will definitely help. But I am generally having a nice time. Like I am having a nice chillax time. I think going to the beach tomorrow will be really nice. Hopefully it won't be as crazy and full of children everywhere and nobody will touch me without my consent. We're gonna put this on. I'm gonna do all the things that I said I was gonna do. This is the worst fitting sheet mask I've ever used in my life. This is why are the eye holes so round, and like this bit, whose mouth is like this?